Well, Cuse fans, what can I say? It was fun while it lasted. But I think over the last few weeks, I've had my share of crow and humble pie for dinner. Boy, a few weeks ago, I was one of those who seriously doubted Cuse's selection to the NCAA tournament. But boy, did they come together at just the right time. What a run! Dayton, Middle Tennessee, Gonzaga, Virginia, and they got to the Final Four, but they ran into the buzzsaw that North Carolina was. They just didn't have an answer for the Tar Heels for the third time this season. But what can you say? North Carolina ran into Villanova, and that was one hell of a basketball game, don't you think? Instant classic. But what can I say about this Cuse team? They say sometimes teams come together at just the right time. And boy, did Malachi Richardson and Tyler Lydon really elevate their games there for the NCAA tournament. Trevor Cooney giving one last hurrah. Michael Benajay giving one last hurrah. And of course, Tyler Roberson and Dajuan Coleman in their roles. It all added up to one heck of a run, especially when they put on the full court press against Virginia. Virginia just seemed to come discombobulated against the Orange, and Virginia had beaten Syracuse 3 straight times. But Roy Williams showed why he's one of the best coaches of all time. North Carolina had all the answers and more. But what can you say? Of course, now the question is, are Lydon and Richardson coming back? Lydon already has said his intention to return. Richardson was kind of ho-hum about it. But of course, with the new rules there that's saying that they want to test their draft status, and if they don't like it, pull it. Hopes could be high. I kind of think Richardson's going to be returning to the Hill next year. Plus, with the two incoming freshmen, Tyus Battle and Matthew Moyer, plus Pascal Chukwu transferring in from Providence, this is going to be a formidable Syracuse team coming back. And of course, the big question, what about Tarian Thompson? Is there going to be room for him? But of course, we'll see. It's going to be a good team coming back, and you know what? That was a run. And I think I'm through eating crow and humble pie, don't you think? But let me just quickly say what I thought about how that game ended last night. Villanova, the adopted brother, hitting the winning three-point shot. And for the first time in 31 years since that Cinderella Villanova team, Villanova's got the national title. And of course, Rolly Massimino was in the audience there to celebrate Villanova getting the title. And Jay Wright, the always stoic coach of Villanova, giving a stoic reaction. You just see him walking around, raising up his hands, before he's finally mugged by his assistant coaches and players. But I do have to say, it would have been nice. Had Syracuse beaten North Carolina, it would have been an old Big East matchup for the NCAA title. But whatever, congratulations to Villanova. That was a heck of a game. But now I'm going to go from men's basketball to surprising women's basketball. Who'd have thought the Syracuse women's basketball team was going to make it all the way to the women's championship game? And it's going to be an interesting game tonight. Boy, Quentin Hillsman, when he took over the Orange women's team, they were kind of in discombobulation, a mess. But boy, as he turned the women's team around and turned them into a formidable bunch. But, I will say this. Every Orange fan's going to be pulling for the women's team tonight. but it's going to be the big version, women's basketball version of David versus Goliath. Over 30 years ago was when Gino Auriemma took over the UConn women's team, and they were pretty much in their infancy. What has Gino Auriemma done with UConn? Turned them into the queens of the hard court. Because, I mean, for the longest time, it was Tennessee and Pat Summitt who were the queens of the hard court. But now, look what Auriemma's done. 11 national titles, 3 consecutive. Who'd have thunk this emigre from Campania, Italy, would become such a great coach? And you know what? I rate him as one of the greatest coaches, men or women, of all time. And his prize recruit, who's come from Syracuse, going for her 4th consecutive national title. But UConn's big three-point shooter is out with a broken foot. So maybe there's an inkling of a chance, Orange women fans. Of course, they're not the Orange women, they're just the Orange. But, I mean, we gotta be, sort of genderly correct. It's the Orange women's basketball team, if you know what I mean. And Quentin Hillsman definitely is a firebrand of a coach. Watching him do his stuff there on the sideline. Heck, sometimes I wonder if he gives Boeheim a run for his money with his animation, if you know what I mean. But you know what, Hillsman? Why are you wiping your head all the time? You aren't playing, you're just coaching. Of course, with your intensity, why wouldn't you wipe your head? Oh, well. But whatever I should say, you know what, women's team, it's been a long time coming. You've always been in the shadow of the guys. It's time for Syracuse women's team to show what they can do. Can David slay Goliath on the women's court tonight? We'll see. Good luck, Orange women's basketball team. Beat the Huskies. And now I'm going to go from that to talking about the Basketball Hall of Fame induction. It seems as though one of the Orange's big rivals, Allen Iverson, when he played for Georgetown, he's going into the Hall of Fame. Of course, everybody knows Iverson had a pretty darn good NBA career with the Sixers. But you gotta wonder, how is he gonna rehearse his speech? He's not gonna talk about a speech, no. He's gonna talk about practice. Yeah, well, not a speech. Not a speech. He's talking about practice. What? Who am I to talk about practice? You know what? Yeah, we get it, Iverson. Everybody knows your rant there about practice. But you know what? You have plenty of time to practice your Hall of Fame speech, if you know what I mean. Of course, give due time to Shaquille O'Neal and to Yao Ming, who are also going into the Hall of Fame. Of course, Yao's going to wonder if he can write a check. And everybody's going to say, yo. Yeah, Yao, I don't know if you can write a check. But you know what? You were a pretty darn good center. And Shaquille O'Neal, what can I say? He changed the game when he came into the NBA. Heck, Bob Costas can fit his shoe inside Shaquille O'Neal's shoe, if you know what I mean. Congratulations to the incoming class to the Basketball Hall of Fame. And I do have to say, as with baseball starting up, you know what? This is it for Kenny's Two Pennies for Season 8. And I will say, it was a hell of a run, Syracuse basketball. Good luck to the Syracuse women. And what can I say? I will see you in August, after seeing a great spring football game, which previews what Dino Babers is going to run. I mean, he's got to work out the kinks, but this looks like an almost unstoppable Syracuse offense if they can get the kinks worked out and get the system rolling. But you know what? See you in late August. I'm Kenny's Two Pennies signing off for Season 8.